Hi everyone, welcome to Homeschool Autism Life. My name is Jamie. Today's video, I want to speak specifically about the, sorry, I'm going to get this wrong, Exploring World History. I keep saying it's calling it something else and it's not that. So by Notgrass, we are going to talk about part 1. Now, if you've watched some of my previous videos, I am doing just part 1 over the course of the entire year for my daughter for a variety of different reasons. If you've watched those videos, you know what those reasons are. But it did take me a while to kind of figure out how to make it work for 1 year. And it was important to me because there's so much. There's so much reading. There's so much Bible reading, book reading. The first one has more Bible reading than books, which I thought was very interesting. The second part has less Bible and way more reading, or assigned readers. That's what I'm going to call it. But the first thing that I found when I got this was just trying to figure out how it worked, because in their commercials they talk a lot about, well, there's 3 courses in this one. It's language arts course, it's a history course, and it's a Bible course. So they're like, oh, it's really easy to disseminate the 3 of them. If you don't want to do the language arts, no worries. If you want to do, and I don't know why it was so hard for me to figure it out initially, but it was. It totally was. So the first thing is that I didn't realize until way late in the process was every unit is 5 lessons. I think that's what they call it, right? And this is the part where I'm like, Unit 1, yes, there's 5 lessons per unit. I did it. The assigned readers, this is the other thing that I'm going to show. So this is what I mean when I said there's only these 4 books for the part 1, and then all of these other books are for part 2. But the Bible reading is heavy. You're reading like chapters 1 through 4 of Genesis. So that was the part that I was like, okay, how do I make this work for my daughter? And I'm having her get a head start on her Bible reading so that when they ask for it, she just has to kind of do a rough survey because she's already read it a month or so earlier. But it was important to me to be like, okay, I don't want to overwhelm her with, okay, you have to read your science and you have to read your Bible and you have to read, and her Bible reading from this is, or her Bible devotions is coming from this, because again, I didn't want her to be so overwhelmed. So she could read 1 chapter of Genesis for her Bible devotions, a month before. And then when she gets to that chapter, it's going to be, oh, okay, I know this. And she can just do a light skim and go, okay, right, that's what those chapters are about. So that was the other thing behind each of the units. And do I have it here? Oh, just give me 1 second. Oh, it's gonna fall on me, of course. Behind each of the units is a test that they need to complete. And I have that in her binder with, this is when this test is due. So the Unit 1 test is due October 31st. So she knows she needs to read and do all of the things that it says on in the book. Then the great thing is that they have assignments at the end of each lesson. And so she's going to read the Bible and the commentary in this student notebook. And she has questions in the student notebook as well that she will write in just a regular old notebook that I have here assigned for her. And the project, we're not doing the project. We're not doing the project because she has lots and lots of English already happening this year. And I was like, I wanted this for history and Bible, and so that's what it is. She will get essentially credit for English and history for all of the reading that she's going to be doing. Those 5 books that I showed you, or 4 books, I think it was 4 books, that she is reading. Yeah, 4 books. that she's reading throughout this textbook, she will be getting credit for, because I'm having her write her hours down. So we should have plenty of hours built up. The other thing that little yellow box will tell you sometimes is to read an excerpt from this book. And so that's what she's getting handed. She's getting handed a textbook. She's getting handed in their own words. Sorry, they're heavy. And then she's getting this, and then she's getting the 4 book, excuse me. She has the Art of War in her room right now, so she's already reading that, with the hope that then she just has to skim over it, and she's counted those hours over the course of the sunny time. And then this is where she will complete the stuff that's in here. And then she does the tests. Now at the end, I'm just trying to remember, at the end of unit 1 through 5, they have a first history exam and a first Bible exam. Those will both be due, I want to say January the 16th. For the purposes that I want her to, again, be able to go, okay, I did that unit, that's done, and now I just have to do. And so she's got, I think it's 5, my brain, I shouldn't close the book. She's got, 3 units essentially, or 3, the 3rd Bible exam and the 3rd history exam. This is why it took me forever to figure this out, because she's doing essentially 75 lessons, 15 units, yes, this term or this year, and then next year she will complete the second half of the book. So that was the big thing that I wanted to kind of share, because in all of the videos that I looked at about this curriculum, and I'm going to call it Exploring World History with Notgrass, nobody really broke it down and expressed how it works. And so that's how I'm breaking it up. That's how I am making sure my daughter doesn't get overwhelmed, and how I broke it down with, she's got about 2 weeks to complete a unit, I think is how I should never close this. Every 2 weeks she finishes a unit, which is 5 lessons. And that's how I made sure that it filled out the year for her, but wasn't overwhelming with all the other stuff that we're doing. I think if you had no other English, no other history, no other Bible, you could do all of the things. But because I like to homeschool my kids together, because she needs an English language arts 10-1 for whatever she wants to do after high school, and I want a certified teacher to be the one that grades that. That is why I am I keep saying disseminating. I don't know if that's even the right word, but that's why I'm breaking it up the way I am. So I hope that this has been a helpful, it took me so long to figure it out, and that's why I'm like, okay, I must share this. I must share this, so that if you're looking at it and going, I'm overwhelmed and I'm not even doing this course, I just was like, okay, I have to make sure that this works for others, because it's so much, it feels like so much. But yeah, when I was looking at the program as a whole, and that was the part where I was like, this is too much. It's too much. The last second half of it, there's, I think, what did I say? There's 12 or 13 books, and you're only reading 4 of them at the beginning of the year, and then all the rest are at the end. So that was overwhelming, and I'm like, okay, how do I make sure that she's not overwhelmed and that she feels like she can do it, but also graduate her up to high school level? There's a lot. So if you have any questions, if I've missed something, because like I said, it's been a little bit of a rush for me this year getting high school fixed, because I was waiting on others for information. if there's anything I missed, feel free to leave a question down below and I will get to them as soon as I can. But I feel really good about how I've organized it so that she is able to succeed and not get frustrated. So thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. We will see you next time. Bye.